Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in. As you can tell by the title, I'm going to be talking about what God has taught me through my journey of infertility. So, to start off, the first thing I want to talk about is grieving. When I got to the point where I realized that it was okay to grieve, it was okay to accept the reality of what was going on, in infertility, that something that I was made to do, I can't do, or I'm struggling to do, and, that made me feel very inadequate as a woman. And, laying that down, speaking it, saying, this sucks, this is how it makes me feel, this, yada, yada, yada. You know what I'm talking about. All the things that suck about infertility. And, once I got to that point where I realized that it was good for me to be real with myself and to grieve, is when I feel like, for me personally, between me and God, because He knows you. He knows every detail about you, of your life and in your heart and everything. And so He already knows everything about you. But for me, I think it helps me to lay it down, to speak it, to say, this is my life. Like, this is the struggle. This is everything that I've experienced and that I'm going through. And to say, God, you use this for your glory. You use this for good. And that you would use this to do something so wonderful in me. And I think God has definitely done that. He's done so much in my heart, has given me such a compassion and love for women who have struggled with infertility and even infant loss, and so much more than what I could have ever imagined. Otherwise, I could feel bad. I can, give him my sympathy, but I wouldn't understand. And this has definitely allowed me to be able to do that. And also, I feel like once I got to the point where I laid it down at God's feet, that He drawing near to me, I chose to draw near to Him. Because used to, I would be so mad, I would be just going off on a rant, basically, what some people call praying, going off on a rant and telling God what I wanted, how I wanted it, and I didn't understand why He wasn't making it happen right away. Instead of doing that, I came to an acceptance within myself, and allowing God to draw near to me, and, in my brokenness and my rawness, and I feel like He has revealed so much of Himself, so much of His mysteries, of just who He is, and in His Word, and just drawing near to Him. It's so amazing how much closer. God has felt to me, allowing him to, draw near to me instead of pushing him away. Everything that he has shown me, and how he's growing me spiritually and just as a person, and I am so thankful for that. And God has an interesting way of growing us and revealing himself to us through situations like this. Infertility is one. There are many. And I'm just thankful that God has used this to teach me so much and to draw himself closer to me. And yeah, so that is what God has taught me. And just please don't let this time go to waste. Time wasted it's nothing, doesn't mean anything. So instead of, screaming and throwing things at the window and, yelling at nobody, why don't you just take this opportunity to draw closer to God, allow him to draw close to you in your brokenness, in your hurt, in your fear, and, see what that does. See what that opens up, and see how God can use you in your situation.